What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this morning we're going to be talking about the not-so-surprising report that the new Call of Duty is Modern Warfare 3, some huge repercussions for the future, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also let me know in the comment section. How are you guys feeling about another Call of Duty coming this fall? Would you rather just see a second year of Modern Warfare 2 DLC, or do you think that that ship has kind of sailed and we need a new Call of Duty game to kind of revive some momentum for the Call of Duty franchise? Let me know how you're feeling down below. But as of a couple of days ago, it was confirmed that for Summer Games Fest 2023, Activision will be one of the partners over there. The event does take place on June the 8th, and I highly doubt that whatever it is Activision is going to present that day has anything to do with Sledgehammer's new Call of Duty coming this fall. What that could be, though, like we've seen in previous years, is a little opportunity for them to either talk more about some mobile aspect of Activision Blizzard, and in this case could be maybe a hopeful release date of Warzone Mobile, or it could just be a bunch of marketing for Season 4, which begins a couple of days later on around June the 13th. So that's probably what it's going to be, unless they want to go all out and also talk about whatever this new Modern Warfare project is coming out this fall. Let me know what you guys think Activision is going to present over at the Summer Games Fest. I'll be live here on the channel reacting to everything that does get announced over in that panel. But with that being said, as of about a week ago, Insider Gaming dropped a bombshell report, no pun intended, about what is going on with the future of Call of Duty. And as they reported, Sledgehammer is leading development on Call of Duty 2023, and the name for it as of right now is Modern Warfare 3. So that's probably the easiest title Activision could go with for this new title. If they call it Modern Warfare Ghost Team or Modern Warfare something something, that's a bit of a mouthful in comparison to just doing something like Modern Warfare 3, which is short, simple, and clean. I'm a bit surprised about this, though, since that would mean Infinity Ward can't do a proper Modern Warfare 3 in a couple of years. I know rumor had it as of about a year and a half ago that Infinity Ward might be moving on from Modern Warfare after Modern Warfare 2, so unless they do that, or unless they call their next Call of Duty something different, it looks like Sledgehammer poetically is coming out with Modern Warfare 3, as they also technically did in 2011 when they co-developed the original MW3 with a broken Infinity War team at the time. Now, I do wonder, though, how this is going to resonate for those out there that are mad at Sledgehammer for what happened with World War II, Vanguard, even the Scrap 2020 project they were working on, which became Cold War, or for those that are unhappy with Infinity Ward for how Modern Warfare 2 is handled, or even those out there that were confident in that Modern Warfare 2 was going to be a 2-year game. So right now, according to Insider Gaming, apparently a bunch of DLC that was planned for Modern Warfare 2 has been turned into a full-fledged title. It's unclear if that means DLC that was meant to release during seasons 1 through 5 or 1 through 6, or is that DLC for a proposed year 2 that the game could have had? Something along those lines have been turned into an entirely new Call of Duty project, and I'm not sure how to feel about that, because if anything, you could look at it from two different perspectives. One is that people out there would rather see 2 years of Modern Warfare 2 content, and if anything, this was the game where that would have worked, considering how much has been offered. You have campaign, multiplayer, Spec Ops, raids, DMZ, Warzone 2. 2 years could have worked, and maybe that wouldn't have been as profitable for Activision, and maybe some interest would have dropped off in the game if another new Call of Duty didn't release, and instead we just got DLC for Modern Warfare 2. You could also look at this from a different perspective, which is that it's a little too late to even add that much into Modern Warfare 2 to where it would really kind of win people's trust back if they are upset with the current state of the game. So in this case, might as well just drop a new Call of Duty and start fresh again this fall. I mean, let me know how you're feeling about that debate down below in the comments. But Insider Gaming also claims that the game will feature a campaign, which is a sequel to Modern Warfare 2 2022, not a prequel. I mean, maybe it could be a prequel, but as of now, it's being reported as a sequel. It will have multiplayer, and it will have Outbreak 2.0. We'll get back to zombies in a second, but maybe that Makarov No Russian teaser at the end of the current Modern Warfare 2 campaign wasn't a teaser for what's going to be going on in the post-launch narrative of this game, but it was a teaser for whatever this Modern Warfare 3 project is. Coincidentally and poetically, Makarov played a large role in the original Modern Warfare 3, so that works, but the post-launch narrative of Modern Warfare 2 thus far hasn't had much to do, if anything at all, with that post-credit scene that we got, so maybe whatever is going on in the post-launch narrative will maybe lead into that, but won't be explored in the current narrative being told over the course of what's likely going to be just 5 seasons for Modern Warfare 2. Now, when it comes to Outbreak 2.0, I did make a separate video as of about a week ago in which we did discuss the possibility of the new Zombies iteration this fall being just Outbreak and not round-based. I'll have that video linked down below, but to kind of follow up on that again, as talked about in the recent podcast, I really do wonder if whatever the new Zombies project is for this new Call of Duty for Modern Warfare 3, will it be a on-disc situation where when you pay for the game, you get instant access to whatever the Zombies mode is, or will the game end up releasing with some type of watered down or similar type of Spec Ops experience just to justify that $70 price tag and to say that the game did launch with 3 full modes, and then maybe during Season 1, we'll end up seeing Outbreak 2.0 added to the Warzone 2 application if the mode is being played played on the same map. Maybe that's what's going to happen, and if anything, I think free-to-play zombies would probably be a little bit more well-received in comparison to what happened with Vanguard, where they marketed this big collaboration between Sledgehammer and Treyarch, but then the mode was obviously just incomplete. I mean, it was nearly impossible for Treyarch to really have put out a completed zombies mode for a different developer's Call of Duty after just coming off of 6 full seasons of Cold War zombies. That was a difficult task and almost an impossible one. So I think if people out there didn't pay for Vanguard zombies, they would have felt a little bit better about where the mode ended up. But hey, if this Outbreak 2 is completely free to play, I'll take that. And that could be the future of Outbreak as we know it, just leaving that in the Warzone app. And then when the next Black Ops comes out in 2024, you could have round-based zombies that is on disc, and obviously you get more maps through future seasons, but Outbreak could always remain separate from that. But if you look at the way Modern Warfare 2 has been handled, and you look at what Spec Ops is to Raids, Raids technically a part of Spec Ops, but Raids didn't launch with the game. They first started coming out with Season 1 Reloaded, and now a new episode of Raids comes out every Reloaded update, but the game released with a fairly watered-down Spec Ops mode with not too many missions. Maybe Modern Warfare 3 will do the same thing, and it could have some type of Spec Ops / zombies experience. It's very minor, and then when Season 1 begins, that's when you get the full-fledged Outbreak 2.0 experience. Now, the rumored launch for Modern Warfare 3 is November the 10th, as previously reported by Insider Gaming, but what they also mentioned in their article is that a reveal event is planned for at some point in August through an in-game Warzone event. So that's really exciting, considering the fact that I was a big fan of the reveal events for Black Ops Cold War and even the Vanguard one, which were through Warzone 1. So I'm totally on board with Warzone 2 getting its first live action event in the form of a reveal for this new Modern Warfare title. Let's see what happens with that. I'm really curious to see how they handle the event. How will it be better than previous events we saw in Warzone 1 a couple of years ago? How much more interactive will they be? Maybe comparing them to how some of the live events are for Fortnite. Let me know how you feel about that down below in the comments. But also considering a later reveal at some point in August, I think that's probably the best bet, because if they announce that Call of Duty relatively soon, people are going to be pissed, since a lot of folks out there are under the impression that Modern Warfare 2 is going to get all the content that we've been hoping for, all the content we've been asking for, a lot of the content that was promised. So with that, it's probably not the best idea to reveal Modern Warfare 3 that early. It made sense last year to reveal Modern Warfare 2 when Vanguard was down bad, but I think if anything, this summer it makes the most sense to have the latest possible reveal for a new COD once fans are truly happy with the current state of Modern Warfare 2 and even Warzone. But Insider Gaming also reported on a bunch of dates for when campaign early access will take place and even a multiplayer beta. Those dates are relatively close to the full launch of the game, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, because you're pretty much just playing a demo if the launch of the game is that close to the beta. Not much feedback will be implemented for the full launch. You end up waiting until Season 1 to see some actual feedback completely corrected and implemented for the first season of content. So with that being said, I'm excited for campaign early access. I love separating a big playthrough of campaign from the bigger launch that features multiplayer or Spec Ops zombies. So hopefully that campaign is a banger from whatever Sledgehammer is cooking right now. And then when it comes to a multiplayer beta, I'm very curious as to what's going to happen with this new game's multiplayer. Will it just be points of interest kind of cut out of Las Almas, put into multiplayer? Will they hopefully have original locations, or will the entire multiplayer just have a bunch of fan favorite locations that we thought were going to be in Modern Warfare 2, as reported by the Ghost of Hope when he said that a greatest hits type pack was going to be coming at some point, featuring a catalog of maps from Treyarch, Sledgehammer, and even Infinity Ward. I mean, hey, we're going to be celebrating 20 years of COD, so remasters are inevitable for this new Call of Duty project. Now, Insider Gaming is also claiming that a new Warzone map is going to be launching on December the 5th, which is the start of Season 1 for Modern Warfare 3, and that Warzone map is set to be Las Almas. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that whenever a year 2 would have began for Modern Warfare 2, or maybe even a 6th season, who knows, Las Almas would have been the big new BR map that might have even replaced Almas or would have just sat alongside it. But obviously we've seen with Warzone 2 the ability for the dev teams now to pump out even more Battle Royale maps even quicker than we used to see with Warzone 1. There were much bigger gaps from Verdansk to Rebirth, Rebirth to Caldera, Caldera to Fortune's Keep. So it's really cool to see more and more maps being added to the Warzone 2 library at a much faster pace than before. But obviously I'll be talking about this in a separate video. Another small-scaled resurgence map called Vondel is apparently coming in Season 4. But if Las Almas isn't going to release for Modern Warfare 2, I wonder how it's going to resonate with the community that an area that we already saw in a previous Call of Duty is going to be like the focus of Warzone 2.0 for a newer Call of Duty. That might resonate a bit weird with some folks, but then again, I think that Las Almas as a BR map is inevitable. The points of interest already leaked out for the map many months ago. There's an image of what the TAC map could look like according to the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. I really do want to see Las Almas as a map, and I think maybe that could even help out Treyarch's case. If they have to work on a Zombies or an Outbreak 2.0 for Modern Warfare 3, they'll just be using that map to just put zombies on, and that's less work they have to do. So if anything, it works out to get Las Almas as like the Warzone 2 focus this fall, which could be used for BR, maybe DMZ, and almost certainly Outbreak 2 if Treyarch doesn't have have much time to work on a zombies mode. But when you look at the previous reports from gaming journalist Jason Schreier, he was doubling down not that long ago on the fact that whatever Call of Duty project was releasing in 2023 was just more Modern Warfare 2 content, premium Modern Warfare 2 content, paid DLC for that matter, which never really sat right with me when those reports first came out, because I'm like, wait a second, we've already moved on to a newer DLC model, which is that we're getting free maps, weapons, modes, etc. every single season. We've been with that model for the last couple of years. How are they going to convince folks to pay $70 or whatever the price is in 2023 for a remastered map collection or for whatever expansion they were planning on? I can see them charging for a new campaign at most, but anything multiplayer, Spec Ops, zombies related, I can't see them charging for that as an add-on for Modern Warfare 2. It would have to be a separate Call of Duty project they end up charging for, because folks out there might not be down to then go back to that older DLC model of paying for map packs or whatever the case is. So I think from the start, what was being planned behind the scenes was a year two of sorts, but maybe they just didn't know how they were going to market this content, how they would sell it, ended up turning into a newer Call of Duty at the end of the day. But maybe gaming journalists like Jason Schreier were hearing outdated information from their sources inside the studio itself, and from there, whatever they were hearing about premium DLC had shifted to a newer Call of Duty project, but that information just didn't relay over to the journalists or to the press until just recently. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on Call of Duty 2023 being Modern Warfare 3? How are you feeling about a sequel to MW2, a new multiplayer, what could be Outbreak 2.0, and what is even going to be a brand new Warzone map in the form of Las Almas? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.